So World Rugby made a video the other week with their combined Southern Hemisphere 15. So of course I'm going to copy that idea and make my own starting 15. It'll be a bit different as we have different opinions, so let me know your picks down in the comments below. So let's get into it. Steven Kitsoff is probably one of the best tight-head scrummagers in the world, even though he doesn't seem to start every game at the moment. But if you want your scrum to dominate, then Kitsoff is the place to start. He was the understudy to Matawera, the Beast, and that carries quality in itself. The South African set piece dominates to any other in World Rugby right now, so Kitsoff is my first pick. Just like Kitsoff, Malcolm Marx doesn't seem to start every game at the moment for South Africa, and the hooker position is not nailed down as his. Maybe this is strategic from the coaches, but it seems to work because Marx is one of the best hookers in the world. You get a lot of different styles of hooker. You get a hard ball carrying, tough scrummager and turnover king with Marx. Then you have pacey try scoring ones like Dane Coles and Cody Taylor. So it's a preference really, and for me, I want Marx and his ability to win a turnover and scrummage superbly. Obviously not taking anything away from the New Zealand hookers, it's just my preference. Tupo, the Tongan Thor, is probably in the form of his life right now. Did you see his performance against South Africa? He can scrummage, he can run, quite fast actually for a big guy. He's got skills, as shown by his try assist for Corabetti. So Tupo right now is the standout loose head prop. You want diversity from your loose head, and Tupo definitely gives that, so another no-brainer choice in the front row. Can anyone argue with this pick either? Eben Etzebeth has been one of the best second rows, if not players, of World Rugby in the past 5 years, I'd say. He continues to dominate set piece, which is a great asset to have as a second row. Not to mention his size, but his tactical mind is what sets him apart from others in his position. So once again, an easy choice here. Another reliable set piece specialist is Brodie Retallick. The All Blacks and Chiefs man has been at the forefront of world-class second rows for almost a decade, similar to Etzebeth, and with those two in the middle of the scrum together, it's a dominant force which will be hard to rival. Experience is key in these positions, and Retallick brings that in abundance. Now for the hardest choice of all, the back row. And to start it off, I've gone with the new to the international scene in Akira Ioane. Some of his performances for the Blues and All Blacks have just been a cut above any other six in the world. He has power and the skills to go with it, so for an attacking threat, there's none better than Ioane at 6. I almost picked Matera from Argentina, but I like to play attacking rugby, and that's why I've picked Ioane. I don't think there is anyone else to pick at 7 other than Michael Hooper. The longest serving Wallabies captain of all time will lead my team, and his quality on and off the ball will be vital for an open side flanker. The Wallabies are on a resurgence with their wins against South Africa, and Hooper is probably at the root of their success. At 8 is Sorveia. Even though he plays flanker most of the time, he's more than familiar with the number 8 position, and I couldn't miss him out of this team. He's one of those charismatic players who all fans love for his honesty and bravery on and off the field. Not to mention his quality ball carrying and defence. Sorveia is a useful asset in this team. At 9, I've chosen Aaron Smith because he's been consistently one of the best 9s in the world for almost a decade, something which other 9s don't have right now. So based on consistency and experience, Aaron Smith gets picked over Faf de Klerk, who was also a close contender for me. 10, I've picked a less experienced Richie McCaw, but right now I don't think anyone rivals him for his attacking awareness. As I said before, I like teams to be attacking and have flair, and can create plenty of try-scoring chances, and McCaw offers that. For me, he can play a little more free-flowing than Pollard, who would have probably controlled the game with his kicking a little bit more. But that's my opinion, and I've gone with McCaw. On the left wing is Kerevi of Australia. He too has been around the international scene for quite a few years, and he's always been a star player, but I think only now people are realising his quality and what he can bring to the team. He's not just powerful and fast, he's intelligent too, which is needed for the back three players right now, especially with all the kicking rule changes. At 12 is Samu Kerevi, and my word if Australia missed him. Much like Kerevi, Kerevi is powerful and skillful, as well as intelligent with his decision making. With his return to the Wallabies, they were able to beat the world champion South Africa, something which few teams have done in recent years. So in my opinion, credit to Kerevi, as I feel he played a big role in that. I don't think there can be any argument with Akira Ioane at 13. He's a real leader in that South African team, which says a lot about him. He's so consistent and never puts a foot wrong, which is crucial for 13, as you're the link in defence from the inside to the outside channels. I respect Am a lot, and he had to be in this team. Another no-brainer pick with Cheslin Kolbe on the right wing. He's proved himself on the international stage and at club level, with multiple titles in just a few years. He wasn't always picked because of his size, but he's proven to everyone that he's up there with the best players in the world. And finally, my fullback is Barrett. A tough choice between him and Leroux, but as I've been saying, I'm up for free-flowing players, and you don't get any closer to that than Barrett. A former World Player of the Year cannot be passed up, even if his position isn't certain right now. I think he's a quality player at either 10 or fullback, and that's the reason why I've chosen him. So there is my best Southern Hemisphere 15. Let me know what you think down in the comments. It would be cool if we could have a Northern Hemisphere versus Southern Hemisphere every few years, to put the best players against each other. So let's get the petition and sign it off to World Rugby right now. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.